Hey there, glad to have you tripping along with us today. I'm Gonzo and I live way back in the boonies in Tennessee. Today I'm going to be showing you how I like to make beef stew. Like I said, I live way out in the boonies in Tennessee. And I love Tennessee. I mean, we've got some of the best barbecue, soul food, some of the best just southern cooking you can find anywhere. But I also love foods from around the world. A while back I bought a Weber grill and I realized I can cook just about anything on this Weber. So I said, I want to cook things from around the world. I love foods from all over the world. So I said, I'm going to start every week, I'm going to cook something different from around the world. And that's what I do. So anyway, some things I can't cook, like desserts, some side dishes, and even some main courses I just have to cook here in the kitchen. But if I can cook it on that Weber, I will. Uh, Now, a lot of the stuff I get, recipes are from people all over the world, like I said, and I'm bad about tweaking things. So if you notice that something's not authentic that I'm cooking here, I'm a hillbilly from Tennessee. So bear with us. But today, this is what you're going to need to have your beef stew. 1 pound of ribeye steak, 4 tablespoons of good olive oil, 3 carrots, 2 stalks of celery, 3 cloves of garlic, 3 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, a half cup of red muscadine wine, 2½ cups of beef stock, 3 stalks of fresh thyme, 2 bay leaves, 2 potatoes, 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley, and some salt and pepper. So beef stew is one of those meals I was talking about earlier. Of course you could cook it here on your stove, here in the kitchen, but why do that? I can cook it on the Weber. I use my old trusty Dutch oven here that I use a lot. So we'll be cooking our beef stew on the grill today. But before we can do that, we've got to get our ingredients together. Okay, so now we're going to cut our steak. I like to cut across grain. And then we're going to have to cut up all of our vegetables and get all of them ready. And so let's just get that done. Okay, so now we got all of our ingredients together. Now it's time to go preheat the grill. Okay, so now we're out here at my favorite place, the grilling area. This is my little setup, and this is where I do my thing. So as you can see, I've got my heat source on one side, my coals, and then on the other side I can cook indirect with my Dutch oven. I can move from direct heat to indirect heat, and I'll have to do that. So this will work out perfect. Yep, roosters, part of country life. So we'll get this started. So we'll let these coals get good and ashed over, and then we'll come out here and we'll be ready to cook. Okay, so now our coals are ready, good and glowing. So now we'll set our Dutch oven right in there. We'll put that right over the direct heat. Let that warm up a little bit. Go ahead and take the lid off. And we'll pour in our olive oil. Let that get good and heated. Won't take but a second on that. Right over that direct heat. We'll add our steaks. Give that a go. Salt. Pepper. Get that nice. Now we'll add our vegetables. Our potatoes, our carrots, and our celery. Let those cook up a little bit together. We'll let these sit here and cook for about 5 minutes. Add our garlic and our parsley, our tomato paste, give that a good stir. Let those flavors enhance and combine. Okay, and now we're going to move her over to the indirect heat. Move it away from the fire. We'll add our beef broth. Add our wine. Add our bay leaves. And we'll add our thyme. Give it a good stir. Steak bits at the bottom. Want those flavors in there. All right, we're going to add our flour. Now we're going to whisk this in. I'll whisk that flour in real good. Now we want to move it back over to the direct heat and bring this to a boil. Okay, as you can see, we've got us a nice boil going here. And so now that we're boiling good, we'll put our lid on and we'll move it over to indirect heat. We'll close the lid on her and we'll let that go for about 30 minutes. And so let's check on it. Oh yeah, it's going good. Give her a stir. Put the lid. And we'll turn her. And we'll let her go for another 30 minutes. All right, so let's take a look. Oh yeah, that smells fantastic. All right, now let's take her in and serve it up. All right, so you know what time it is now? That's right, let's plate this up. Oh yeah. That looks fantastic. There we go. Beef stew. A little bread. A little bit of pretties. To the side. A little bit of parsley. And there you have it. Beef stew. And now, let's see what it tastes like. Oh, that's good. A piece of this steak. That is so good. That muscadine wine, I tell you, that's the finishing touch. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. This beef stew is fantastic. Try it out for yourself. I know you'll like it. And I'm glad you were able to stop by with us today. And also check out my Facebook group. I have a group on Facebook called Tripping with Gonzo. And I post weekly there with pictures, all the recipes, everything I do in my travels around the world. So be sure and check that out. And again, hit that subscribe button for me. And also, please like it. And hope you'll tune in to my next videos. Until next time, thank you for Tripping with Gonzo.